Hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode. You can see, I don't think I've showed this off on the channel yet. I've got my Lucky Axe brand shirt on. I got a fresh haircut from Rita yesterday. She cut me up. She's getting quite a bit better at it, so feeling good. It's Sunday, and kind of a bit of a more chill day. You know, you guys know I work with Buckin a whole lot. Physically, he's been pretty down. He's got some kind of rib issue that happened on a job last weekend. He's still struggling with it. So it's a little bit slower around here. We're still pumping out the content and still making videos and all that. But I think I might actually have a little bit of time here to work on some axes. So I'm quite excited about that. I'm going to show you right now exactly what we're getting into. So I briefly got started on this axe, the Buckin Billy Ray flagship handle. This is the one of the ones that are that crazy heartwood. We did a video on them over on Buckin's channel, and they are very interesting handles. They are the same as the flagship, but they're a little bit thinner. They're a little bit straighter up top here, and I actually really like the handle. I've used it a little bit, one of Buckin's, but I haven't built one myself. They're really quite nice, and if you guys seen in the last episode, I've got a few Honaker axes here that I'm really excited about, and there's a couple things with them. You know, they are great axes. The profile is undeniable. That's going to split wood. It's just going to split wood. It's just what it is. They're wood splitters. These are his Tazzies, he calls them. Kind of his rendition of a Tazzy. Quite unique and interesting. They kind of have a bit of a hook down here, which is kind of sleek and cool. And my favorite part about blacksmith axes is that right there. Just that lovely finish. There's James Honaker Blacksmithing right there. There's his logo. Super nice finish on him. Great big eyes. This first one I've been hanging, it is hanging straight. You guys know I struggled with, this is my personal Honaker axe here, and this has turned into a bit of an abusive axe for me. I use it a ton, and I haven't resharpened this yet. There's one little dinger on the top there for me hitting it on some hard gravel in the rocks, but I've buried this thing in the rocks a few times, and look how good that edge is holding up. So I've been quite impressed with his work. This eye was a little bit, it was a little bit off-centered, and it was a little hard to work with because of how great and big the eye was. Not to get into too many details, this one's sitting straight right away, and because of how big these eyes are, I've pretty much just hammered it down on there, took it a little bit from the front, and it's hanging out quite nice on this handle. It's actually almost like this handle was made for it, because I've done very little work to this, just kind of getting it situated, and we're already a touch proud. Only about an inch to go, and then obviously finish off this handle and make it real nice. That's going to be the first thing I get done, is this axe right here. It's going to make a very cool splitting axe. I'll gently set it on the ground there for you. Just a very nice splitting axe. Super usable. You'll notice the one thing about his axes are they're quite stubby. I mean, that's 5 pounds of steel right there. And they're rather on the stubby end. They're rather on the stubby side. You know what I mean? So it is a little hard to find the perfect handle for it, but this handle suits it quite nice. And then there's one that's even stubbier. See, this one came, I think it was this one that came even a little bit stubbier. So just a wild axe. Everyone knows with blacksmith axes, every axe is a little bit different. You can look at this one. This one's a little bit longer with less of a pull. And then this one's got a great big pull on it, and it's a little bit stubbier and shorter. So it's kind of funny how that works out, but when I see that, all it means to me is that they can serve different purposes. Either way, they're going to work great. But I know some guys like great big wedge bangers, 5-pound wedge bangers. I'm going to make a wedge banger out of this shorter, stubbier one with a nice pull. It's going to have incredible balance because of how stubby it is and how big that pull is on this straight handle. I'm going on a home handle, and I'm going to hang that on there, make a great big timber wedge banger. So I'm quite excited about that as well. Probably make another splitting axe or something out of this, but we'll hold off on that one for now. You guys know I'm not really making like daily videos anymore, so I'm not trying to milk the content and stretch it out. I think we're probably gonna put both of these axes in one video. We did that not too long ago. What's nice about these axes is he's already done all the work to the head, right? He built the axe head, he sharpened it, he put a nice edge on there, and they got such a nice, cool, lovely patina on it that it would be just a shame to polish one. They're super cool, and I love mine. So without further ado, let's start building. Okay, so that was probably, 10 minutes. I'm probably 20 minutes into this hang, and we're coming out really, really nice. I think that's just about where I'm going to call it. Could I go a little further down? I could, but I think I want some more length on this. We'll just come down. Yeah, we'll just squeak down the littlest bit more. I wanted to show you something. These axes here, if anyone's making axes and they chamfer their bottoms, it seems to be a good idea to chamfer the bottom of your axes for a better fit. This is something that you can run into. That looks like there's a gap in the back. And this is just the chamfer. This is just the chamfer that Honaker sent me. He chamfers the bottom as well as the top, which I'd almost, I'd kind of rather him not chamfer the top. When you chamfer the top heavy like that, and you go throw your wedge in there, it kind of gives the illusion that you have gaps and space all the way around. My axe that I've made of his, it has the same kind of thing going. But either way, that's an aesthetic thing. It's not going to take away from the fit. It just might look like you have a bit of a gap. I showed you down below there. It looks like there's a gap on the back. Let's take one more quick look. It looks like we have, Luke, it's looking good, but you got a big gap along the back. Well, I will show you. We do have coverage all the way around along the back here. A little more faint in some areas than others, but this coverage is coming out extremely nice. Just wanted to point that out if you're looking at these axes, and you think there might be a gap on the bottom or something like that. That is a common illusion that can happen. Back to the show. I'm gonna squeak it down a little bit more. Okay, and there we are. I'm not sure if I pointed it out beforehand, but these handles were a little bit strange in the sense that they were sharp bladed here along this backside. So all I did was just flatten that out. See if we can get a good view of that. I just flattened it out, rolled it over the edges, and then on the bottom here, I just took a little bit out of the belly. It's something that I've done on a fair bit of these stubbier Tazzies when working on the flagship handles, which I have so many of here. You can see that belly right in the front there, that belly right there. it does come out a fair bit. With a stubbier axe, it can look not the greatest. So that's something that I've just changed a little bit with this one here. I'm not sure how well you can see it, but I've just taken a bit out of the belly. Everything's rough. I did work into here. That's going to end up being a little more of a sharper edge there rather than rounded, which is kind of a cool look that I tend to go for on a lot of axes. And then I just smoothed out all the edges on this palm swell. It's super, super comfortable. You guys know I went crazy with a lot of palm swells, and I do that from time to time. As of lately, the more I've been swinging, I've just been liking kind of the more classic palm swell. So this is all just smoothed out all the way around. You can see where I've sanded. We're a little bit thin here right out the box, a little bit thin right in this zone. So you can see I didn't touch through here too much. I just thinned out a little bit up as we go up the handle, and then of course the front and the back there. I'm really, really liking this. I think it's going to come out pretty sweet. I'm just going to now work it with the old palm sander there for a bit, and then we'll check back. Can you pass me the hammer? Pass me that sander, girl. So I've got my partner here with me. Probably getting into stuff that you shouldn't. We're ready to go. I burned the handle. It came out absolutely lovely. And I just made a wedge that I feel fairly confident in. It's a lot of space to fill, so you just never know. But I think that should be all right. I don't really overthink it too much now. I just kind of give her. And yeah. Let's do it. Let's go for it. Look at this little girl. It's going good. Ta-da! Look at that. Look at that heartwood just soaking that all up. I just gave it a heavy, heavy drinking. And I'm going to let it sit now for a bit. Let that sink right in. Buckin's been talking about how this heartwood is just different. Let's see if I can get a proper angle on it for you. And there is something different about it. This axe came out incredible. It is actually dead straight, which I'm gonna give it to Honaker. Granted, I'm gonna get started on another one right now, and maybe we run into some more issues. But my first one I got from him, it was pretty bad. The eye was punched pretty bad. It was really, really hard to get it straight, and even by the end of it, I got it acceptable, but I couldn't get it perfect. This one, with very little tweaking, it just sat down on the handle dead straight right away. So well done, Honaker. I'm about to get started on this other one, and I think we'll probably throw it in the same video. So let's get started on that. But yeah, that axe is wicked right there. And that wedge went All right, so I've just been locking in, getting this thing going, and I don't know, probably spent an hour just getting the hang going. Once again, I just want to show you this now. We've got great coverage all the way around. There is still that heavy chamfer on the front and the back of this axe. So once again, it kind of looks like there's some gappage here and there, but we've got excellent coverage here, and feeling really good about it. So I'm gonna cut a curve and continue to work this handle. It's already quite thin and nice, so I don't think I'll change that too much. Just kind of clean up everything that I've done now. I'll straighten this out a bit so it doesn't look like it's jumping out at me, and try and get out, you know, as much of these sanding marks as we can, smooth it all out, and carry on. This palm swell is perfect. I don't have to change anything with this. These handles are just awesome. This is gonna make an awesome big wedge banger for somebody. It should finish around 27.5 inches long, 5-pound head on the Buck and Billy Ray home handle. What's not to love? All right. This one's done, and it's unreal. We're at that stage already with this one too. That camera looks dirty. 1 second. Crystal clear? Good? Okay. We're just getting ready to go. Buckin's about to go live, so I want to pop over there, but I don't like leaving a project unfinished or, you know, right in the middle of it. I want to get this wedge in here, and I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. Our coverage is absolutely beautiful all the way around the axe. The wedge seems to be the right size. We're just going to go right for it. That axe is done. The first honey's done. Let's just get this baby in now. Alrighty, and there they are. I'm not quite finished up. I gotta sand these down a little more, make them a bit smoother, and stamp them. But other than that, we're done here, and I'm very happy. That wedge ended up busting up on me and didn't end up as pretty as the other one, so I had to sand her down pretty low. But that's not a bad thing at all for these wedge bangers. You know, if you missed your wedge up top there, at least you're not going to bash up your hang here up top. So quite a cool axe, actually. It's a heavy wedge banger. This is for someone that enjoys swinging a 5-pound, you know, a 5-pound head, banging wedges, probably in big timber. But I do get asked for them. I've made a couple 5-pound wedge bangers, none with this exact blacksmith head, but very cool. And then this is just undeniable. Nice 5-pound split axe for somebody. Very similar to my personal one over here, and should just work absolutely great for someone. And the hang on this one went pretty much perfect, dead straight. You can never pick it up in the camera, but super stoked. This one came out straight as well. So all in all, just a really fun day building those couple axes. It's nice with these blacksmith heads. There's not a whole lot of work on the head. It's just a matter of the hang and, you know, making it look nice and pretty, and getting a really strong haft. So without further ado, that was a good day. If you're watching, thank you so much. I'm gonna head over now to Buckins for a live stream. I think I'm gonna give away this axe. I've been holding on to it for a while. And it's a union tool, so it's a Kelly. It's a 3 3/4 pound head on a Hoffman straight that I did a lot of customizing to. Here it is. This is in one of the episodes. I want to say around episode 20, something like that. And it's a very nice axe that I've been holding on to for a while. Very nice, well-rounded profile on it. It's a nice length. I think it's close to 29, probably closer to 28 inches. You know, woodshed buddy, and kind of just a do-it-all little axe. Excellent balance because of the nice pull. And yeah, I'm going to, I think I'm going to give that away to somebody on the live stream. So I'll come back later and I'll clean those up and I'll roll some after videos for you. But thanks for watching so much. I love and appreciate you, and we'll catch you on the next one.